this country. You shut up.
In North Carolina, Gary Anderson also says Chase abruptly shut down his account for unusual activity.
I couldn't log in because suspected fraud. And then they tell me that, unfortunately, they can't do business with me anymore.
Anderson says he has no idea what could have been suspicious, and he was just making electronic deposits. You weren't taking large sums of money out?
No. I hadn't even did a withdrawal on the account.
He says he waited almost 2 weeks for $845 to be issued.
Might have to drop a dime on this.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
You gotta stop.
I don't like that shit.
For sure, bro.
I don't like that shit.
All right, y'all, we back with another video, man. Y'all know how we do. Always pushing health, wealth, and a better understanding of self. So in this video, y'all, I'm going over the problems that's going on between Spirit Airlines and Chase Bank.
So y'all, after 34 years of operating without one single fatal incident, Spirit Airlines is shutting down. Let me show you guys what's going on over here.
Coming to you live with a breaking news update right now. Spirit Airlines says it is shutting down operations effective immediately after talks with the Trump administration over a federal bailout ended with no deal. In a statement issued this morning, the company said in part, quote, to our guests, all Spirit flights have been canceled and customer service no longer available. We are proud of the impact of our ultra low cost model on the industry over the last 34 years. Now, the airline had been hit extra hard recently with the surging jet fuel costs from the Iran war and the closure of the Strait of Hormuz, adding $15 million more a week to its expenses. American Airlines, United Airlines, and Frontier have all said they will help Spirit customers impacted by the shutdown. Spirit Airlines had a fleet of 130 planes serving 70 destinations and employs 17,000 people.
See, y'all gotta see this is a much deeper thing, right? Because we live on a plane of existence. A plane represents the same thing, the plane of existence that we are on. This plane would be a vessel for spirit, hence the name Spirit, right? Well, this plane, this realm, this earth, as we know, is ascending, is becoming a solar plane, meaning spirits, spiritual beings, or spirit beings, beings with spirits, won't be able to exist on this plane anymore. I've been telling you guys the NPCs are going to start shutting down. You guys are seeing it everywhere, right? This realm has changed. Y'all notice that, right? The souls are different. People are different, right? People seem lifeless. The spirits are going away. The spirit realm is going away. The spirit plane is going away. This is turning into a solar frequency planet now. Plasma beings, light beings now, bro. It's a whole new world coming into this realm. This is why it was the whole Iran thing that caused them to shut down, because they're running away. The time is here. The shift is here. I've been telling you guys. But let me know what you guys think about this video, man. The shift is here. Let's continue to get it. Peace in.
Considering a taxpayer-funded deal that could help bail out Spirit Airlines. The president says his administration has made a, quote, final proposal and expects an announcement soon, but insists any agreement would only move forward if it's a good deal for the country. Meanwhile, Spirit has been struggling financially, and critics are questioning whether federal support would amount to a taxpayer bailout. But if Spirit does fail, what happens next? New Jersey reporter Tony Yates live at Newark Airport with some answers. Tony?
And Sade, we just watched the Spirit Airlines flight take off at 4:07 this afternoon here at Newark Liberty Airport. So right now it is business as usual, though some of the customers we spoke to are wondering what is next when it comes to this airline and what will happen with their return trips home.
My branch manager had told me about them closing down or shutting down. But that's the only thing that I heard.
Josie Lopez and her younger brother Marcus traveled from Austin, Texas to spend the weekend in Times Square. They have round-trip tickets on Spirit Airlines, hoping they'll be able to enjoy the Big Apple and return home with no travel troubles.
As long as they get back home, that's all that matters.
Spirit has been in last-ditch effort talks for a government bailout, reportedly asking the Trump administration for a $500 million package.
Well, I guess we're looking at it. If we could do it, we'd do it, but only if it's a good deal.
The plan has apparently hit a curb with some of its bondholders. Our ABC investigators reported earlier this week that the airline could run out of money in a matter of days. Other published reports say the airline is preparing to cease operations. An abrupt halt could leave its ticket holders scrambling to book on other airlines to complete itineraries. Other airlines are stepping up on standby. American Airlines saying in part it immediately implemented fare caps on main cabin tickets for Spirit routes where American also offers nonstop service. And United saying it's preparing to support Spirit customers in the event of a shutdown, with more information to come. The Lopez duo says this is the first time they'd flown on Spirit and were far from impressed.
I'm gonna be honest, I didn't like the service. Yeah. You know, it's not the same as Southwest Airlines.
Yeah, they charge for like everything.
So you would be surprised to hear they might be shutting down because
I'm just praying that we make it back home. We're just here for the weekend, so.
Well, a Spirit Airlines spokesperson says, quote, Spirit is operating as usual. How long that will last and whether or not this funding package comes through are still up in the air. For now, we're live here at Newark Liberty Airport. Tony Yates, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
Okay, they're going bankrupt, but it looks like it's a group of people that's pushing it. I'm going to explain. Yahoo just put out an article 7 minutes ago, and I'm going to read from it. So it says, a TikTok creator's plan to crowdfund Spirit Airlines hit nearly $23 million in pledges before the site
wanted to save Spirit Airlines because Spirit Airlines was the only flying option for low-income people, and Republicans hate low-income people. You know how I know? Because research literally shows that just Spirit Airlines' existence in a marketplace lowers fares in nearly every case. For example, a 2016 study documented a Houston to Kansas City route that was serviced only by United Airlines. Tickets on average went for $300 until 2014, when Spirit Airlines also began the service on that route. Spirit offered fares closer to $90, and United was forced to bring down the average fare down to $180, and the effect was seen again and again in routes across the country. And anytime Spirit left a specific market, the average fares of other airlines jumped 23%, or roughly $60 for a round-trip flight. Meaning these billion-dollar airline corporations need Spirit Airlines to fucking go away in order for them to make record profits off of our backs. And by the way, there's no doubt in my motherfucking mind that the video sensationalizing Spirit Airline passenger fights, or bad customer service at the airport gate, or turbulence on the planes was a psyop by billion-dollar airline corporations to suppress Spirit Airline ticket sales. And I believe this for two very important reasons. Number one, because bullshit aside, Spirit Airlines had a flawless flying record. They have never had a fatal passenger accident in all the years they've been in business, so none of the other airlines had anything on them. But for two, interestingly enough, the potential bailout that the White House was going to do for Spirit Airlines apparently sparked backlash from both the airline industry and among Republicans in Congress, because they argued that previous bailouts have been in support of all U.S. airlines, not a single carrier or group of airlines. So to be clear, these billion-dollar airline companies were mad that they weren't getting bailout money that they didn't even fucking need, and their tantrum, along with Republicans, ended affordable airline travel for low-income and working-class folks forever. That's what the fuck happened.
Now scrambling to make new plans after the carrier announced overnight it is shutting down. Fox 26's McKenna Earnhardt is live at Bush Intercontinental's Terminal A with those details. McKenna.
Yeah, Tom, I actually am here with a now former Spirit Airlines employee. This is Asia. She was going on 4 years as a flight attendant with the airline. A lot of questions people have had now that this bankruptcy has happened is now that Spirit Airlines is shut down altogether, is what happens to the employees, the pilots, flight attendants, mechanics. So many people, over 17,000 people were employed with the company. One of them right here. So, Asia, can you tell me about your experience when you first heard that Spirit Airlines was no more?
When I first heard, my mom actually notified me I was actually asleep. I was sound asleep, and my mom called me. I'm not feeling well, so you can tell I'm a little sick. So I didn't register what she said, and then I had another fellow colleague of mine called me, and she was like, "Hey, are you okay? Like, I know everything's probably canceled." And I'm like, "Cancel? What do you mean?" So I go and I check out my itineraries, and I check my email, and it says like, "Hey guys, this is what we're moving forward. If you are somewhere, this is what we're going to do. This is our procedure. This is our process." And just to be on standby and wait for them to contact us to get us where we got to go. So.
Okay, so you didn't get a prior heads up from Spirit Airlines that they may be shutting down altogether?
Well, so yes, they did keep us informed with emails and just letting us, updating us about those things because, I mean, let's be honest, we get those all over, but they were just more so reassuring us like, hey guys, we're going to stand strong with each other. It's better together than without. So yeah, they did. They definitely did.
Okay, very nice. And so now what position, are you from Houston? Is this your home?
No, not at all. I actually was working a flight yesterday. I did some other things prior to coming to work, and then they pulled me. They're like, hey, we actually need you to work this flight Atlanta to Houston. It was going to be a one and done, and then I was supposed to deadhead today, which is basically just ride as a passenger today, later on this evening, and a simple trip. And yesterday was just a regular day. You got up, met my crew. Everyone was like, yeah, we've been here. It was nice. It was an easy flight, so I didn't expect this, but
yeah,
we're here.
So now you're in Houston. What has Spirit said or done to help you get back home to Atlanta?
Oh, so I was waiting by the line, so I waited about till 12 o'clock because I've been up since 7 this morning. So about 12 o'clock, I reached out to them, and then I got about like a 10-15 minute wait. They called me back, and they were like, hey, Mrs. Smith, we want to let you know we are willing to like get you back home. Give us 1 second. They operated that within not even 5 minutes. Honestly, she got back with me. I was booked for the next flight. So they've been really, really helpful, very hands-on with like just communicating with us.
Okay, very nice. And so good to hear that they've taken care of their employees through this situation. And so what's next for you? I mean, this is your livelihood. You're a flight attendant, and your company that you worked for now doesn't exist. Other airlines have stepped up saying that they'll start interviews. Will you go do any of those interviews, or what's next for you?
So for me, I plan to. This is something I've been doing for 7 years. Spirit was going to kind of be my home base, but now I can just take what I have from Spirit and apply it somewhere else. Hopefully somebody can take a great flight attendant that's looking forward to continue this career.
Yeah, absolutely. And so when you started seeing other airlines pop up saying, hey, we will start doing interviews with flight attendants and pilots that were working for Spirit, did that give you a little bit of encouragement or confidence moving forward?
It did. It actually gave me more of a cushion because I know during the process because I was also a part of the furlough as well. So being a part of that process as well, it was like, what am I supposed to do? So all the nerves were just like, they may take me, they may not. I don't know what to do. So to see that they're like willing and like, hey, we're here if you guys need us. We're going to accept you for how you come. That really means a lot because that's how Spirit takes their employees. That's how they got me. They took me how I am, and I'm able to be myself. So I hope they can take all of me,
Judy, Rob, after our first investigation about one man's locked bank account, we received an overwhelming response on social media from people claiming they had the same issue. Now the I-team is digging into more cases of frozen Chase accounts.
I was trying to make a bill payment on behalf of my grandma, and it said cannot be completed at this time.
River North resident Arlie Renacito has a joint Chase account she's shared with her grandmother in the Philippines for 15 years. She says a branch manager told her the account was flagged with little explanation.
We got a letter probably like 2 weeks after I noticed the account was frozen.
She says there was no suspicious activity, and for about 3 months, no access to the money her grandmother depended on. After the I-team reached out, Chase released the $44,000. And what was your reaction?
And I was like, well, finally, just some movement.
Back in October, Lombard resident Jim Gibson told the I-team how Chase froze $42,000. Gibson said there was nothing suspicious going on with his account, although Chase said there was suspected fraud. He says the bank waited more than a month to refund his money until the I-team contacted Chase.
Extremely stressful.
In North Carolina, Gary Anderson also says Chase abruptly shut down his account for unusual activity.
I couldn't log in because suspected fraud. And then they tell me that, unfortunately, they can't do business with me anymore.
Anderson says he has no idea what could have been suspicious, and he was just making electronic deposits. You weren't taking large sums of money out?
No. I hadn't even did a withdrawal on the account.
He says he waited almost 2 weeks for $845 to be issued. You got that check quickly after we stepped in.
That is correct. I got the check the very next day.
We also uncovered a third similar case in which Chase refunded a Wisconsin customer more than $5,000 after they waited about a month. In all three cases, Chase says protecting our customers' accounts and personal information is our top priority. Occasionally, we identify concerning transactions and take appropriate action as permitted by our account terms. All banks and financial institutions do this to both safeguard customers and their finances and for regulatory reasons. Chase added that it resolved Anderson's case in accordance with the deposit account agreement. How has this whole situation made you feel?
Like I'm not in control of your own money.
All banks do have authority to freeze or close accounts if they suspect fraud, money laundering, or unusual activity. Chase says it always intended to issue the refunds to the consumers in our reporting. Rob, Judy, if you are planning a large transaction, experts suggest notifying your bank. That is something to watch out for. Like if you're...
A community must have three things to have a community in it. You must have a wholly independent economic structure that can provide goods, service, products, and things for your own people, and jobs and tax bases for your own people. You should at least control four basic things. You should be trying to control water, food, medicine, and energy to be able to survive and compete.
Here we got Mr. Pollock. He had a cornfield. He took advantage of a free water test from us, and this is what we found in this water. We found sulfur, we found hardness, and we solved these problems with an easy fix of 2 tanks. So get your free water test today. Stay blessed. Click the link below.